Okay, 5:35. Hi, ladies. My name is Magda. I have a chance to finally introduce myself to you. Welcome to the sixth session and actually last social session of the Alice in Blockchains part of the Flux Academy. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to hold the session last week, but I think that it's not so bad to have this session regarding numbers and statistics as the final one, because now when you have like the whole idea what the academy was about, when you listen to all the topics, you can definitely see a much wider picture when it comes to blockchain art, NFTs. I hope that Eleonora Brizzi's workshops were interesting. I was actually present for only a part of it, but it was like really, really interesting. So I hope that today's session won't be so boring as it sounds, I promise. I put a lot of effort into organizing this lecture, and I tried to put in as many as statistics regarding not just the blockchain art, but also like to have to give you the whole market, the art market overview and perspective. So let me just introduce myself to you. My name is Magda. I'm actually the president of the Alice in Blockchains organization that was founded 2 years ago. My background does not include art. I'm actually a former banker who went into the crypto blockchain and now the fintech industry. So this is my expertise, also economics background. But let's say I'm a former banker who went into crypto, into Web3, and for the past 10 years, I'm let's say working in the business development part. So when it comes to developing new projects like new business, etc., this is where I'm actually good at. Also, I hope you like the academy part with the 10 lectures, because it was organized and summarized and created by me at the beginning of this year, where I actually thought about the whole network that I have, about my also friends, colleagues, and people who I met along. Who can actually share a lot of value. So each of the 10 speakers that were giving you lectures for the whole last week are like really carefully chosen and with a lot of trust. So I hope that you are satisfied how everything went, because the idea was to not just bring you value when it comes to these topics, but also to find teachers and mentors who can easily talk about topics which are pretty difficult. When we talk about blockchain, it's still a very technical. You have to like really have a lot of technical background to understand it. So I hope that everything is like getting into the right place. I would just like to share, you already know, so Flux is a project that's aimed for not just education, but also for promoting women artists when it comes to the digital art, and also creating art on blockchain. It's a project which is powered by not just Alice in Blockchains, but also three other partners. One is definitely the Meet, the Digital Culture Center from Milano. Telma is representing the organization here, and they were in charge of organizing the Eleonora Brizzi workshops and webinars. Also, there is Mota Museum of Transitory Art from Ljubljana, and Labing Art Express, who is also the main coordinator of the whole project. And the whole project is actually meant to last for 26 weeks. So the end of the project is January 2026. There was a lot of questions in the Telegram chat where you asked what about the theoretical and the practical exam. The theoretical part is going to be also online. We will get back with more info soon. It's going to have like 10 questions from each topic that you listened. It won't be so hard. The idea is just to give you knowledge when it comes to the really most important parts, not to test your detail orientation, but to really like not force you, but to show you where the focus should be. And this is what the whole session with the questions of the theoretical exam will be. So 10 questions per each topic, A, B, C, D. And when it comes to the practical exam, it's going to be on endemic platform, probably at the beginning of the year. As I wrote on Friday, we are all meeting. Also, Telma from Meet, we are all meeting in Milan, so we will have more info also regarding the topic. But be sure that you will have enough time for the creative part, enough time for thinking how you are going to present your artwork, and also to mint it on blockchain on endemic platform. What else? So this is the part with the practical exam. If you have any questions along, I will try to answer parallelly, or maybe wait till the end, whatever suits you. The idea is to go through these slides. The slides, when you see them, you will probably think that they're like really heavy because it's a lot of charts, graphicons, so statistics, but we don't have to go through all of it today. You can also maybe take some time, and if you're interested into knowing and learning more, you can always do it by yourself in some silence time when you will be able. Also, about Alice in Blockchains, as I said, it's founded 2 years ago, and we did so far some really interesting projects. For example, okay, so it's Croatian based. Our headquarters is in Zagreb, and at the moment we are bringing along women who are speaking the same language from the region. This is really important for us, because when we talk about blockchain technologies, it is definitely more easy to speak about difficult topics in your native language. So this is something that we really nourish the same regional language. But when it comes to projects that we are creating, such as this Flux, it's strictly, it's definitely international. And also the project that we are really proud of is the Web Retails Conference that was organized for the second year in a row. Why am I mentioning all of this? Because the important part from our side is to share how did the last year's Web Retails Conference look like. So it was in June 2023. It was a 2-day international conference where we brought a lot of new topics when it comes to Web3, about not just like the basics, which wallet to choose, how to open a wallet, but also security, NFTs. And what's important for you, for us to share to you, is that we had a first institutional NFT exhibition in Zagreb in the Museum of Contemporary Art. And it was called Techno Healing, Finding Resilience and Well-Being in a Digital World. So it was also in cooperation with Go to Digital Screens. It's the outdoor screens that you can see on the picture. And all of the NFTs were actually rowing and showing in a slideshow on 4 huge outdoor screens. And the exhibition was not just the part of the conference, but it was also open for the whole public for 5 days after the conference. Eleonora mentioned Sasha Styles a lot. We also exhibited artwork from Sasha Styles. So Actually, we exhibited 10 NFTs from 10 international global female artists and one binary transgender person. So this is just the part of the NFTs that were exhibited during our conference and the NFT exhibition. I have to say that it showed a lot of interest, but not to share any more words. Maybe it would be best if I show you how it looked. So I have a video here. We actually, since we had a cooperation with Go to Digital, the outdoor screening advertising agency, we put the info about the NFT exhibition and the conference on on screens all over Zagreb. So you can see the NFT, can you see on the Avenue Mall and the shopping center in Zagreb, which is just opposite of the Museum of Contemporary Art. We put it like all over the Zagreb, and it was like huge success, and it was really, really interesting. So just let me see if it's going to open. Aha, you cannot see it. Why can't you see it? You're just seeing the, let me check. Aha, okay. Okay, I don't know what's wrong because it's like really slow because you cannot see it. But anyhow, I'm going to share you the link. I don't know why. Okay, never mind. I'm going to share you the link afterwards. Or Zara, maybe you can share the link.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so you can take a look. It was like really, really interesting. So this was like also I have to share that the whole Web3 Tales conference and what we do in Alice in Blockchains is 100% voluntary. This is the first actually project that we are doing with funding that we have from the European Union and European Commission. Just a second, Zara. Why don't you see my screen? I'm so sorry, ladies. Are you now?
Yeah, we see the screen, the agenda.
Aha. It's a little bit slower. Okay, so it's really important for us to give contribution to the society, to put education into focus, also networking and empowering more women when it comes to Web3. So my presentation has 6 parts, actually 5. The last is conclusion, where I will give you an overview about the art market, which is like the global art market, which is not just like traditional art. Second part is the situation with the auctions. Third part is how the online art market is going on a global basis. Fourth is when we talk about the NFTs, what's actually happening. And fifth is about art dealers, buyers, and collectors. Why I think that this topic is really important, because whatever project I did in my like work life, business life, it's always best to do a market research, because people are not aware usually what's actually happening on let's say a global basis. They're maybe too deep into their own like environment, and they're not aware what is happening outside. This is like figuratively speaking. So in order to make like really good decisions, to have like full understanding what's going on, we have to see the whole picture. So it's really important to have global perspective when it comes to any decision making, when it comes to like creating a strategy of anything you're doing. So for example, when we established Alice in Blockchains, we had in mind, why did we put the focus on only the female gender part? Because it was lack of women in the tech and blockchain industry in Croatia. We had only one cryptocurrency association, which is Ubik, and they are open for everyone, but still somehow they are attracting only men. So we saw an opportunity to cover this part because there was no any other associations, so it was pretty hard to onboard more women into the existing UBIC, which is a cryptocurrency association. So this is something which is also interesting on a global basis, because there are not a lot of female blockchain associations. So this is why we have to look what kind of value can we bring that's not maybe present at the moment. Also, when some of the projects that I did for the work I do, actually, it was interesting to see the results of market research, of statistics that we did, where numbers showed a totally different perspective, and our conclusions were actually went into a totally different way, which we weren't aware. And this is where we need to see what the numbers say. Also, of course, it's really important to think about the resources of the statistics that we are looking, because you can also manipulate with the numbers. But following all the global data info that we can get on internet, and also ChatGPT. By the way, ladies, we organized another since. We talked with Damir the last week about ChatGPT. We thought it would be great also to do one more topic regarding the ChatGPT and how to use it. So I think it will be really useful for you. It's going to happen next Wednesday. So you can also, when Damir shows you, you can, if you're not using the ChatGPT at the moment, you can like gather a lot of seriously great info and perspective with just chatting with the AI tool. So when we talk about the art market overview, so I'm talking about the so I'm sorry, but the whole presentation is going to look in these slides. Don't kill me. We are not going to go into deep details of each slide, but just for you to know how big is this market. So the first part is art market worldwide. So general art, when we talk about art in 2023, it's the market when you talk about the value. So $65 billion value of art market in 2023. So this is the statistics from Statista. Statista is one of the most popular statistics pages and organization on a global level. Their reports are not are actually only for purchasing, so you cannot get to these reports. They're not public, you have to pay for them, and they're quite expensive. So I, as I'm into business development, I found a way to search into these reports and actually get access to them. So this is also something that I'm grateful for, the opportunity to show you how the numbers are going. So it's like a huge market with 65 billions in 2003 of value in dollars. But when we talk about the volume, also on the 2023 basis, it's It's 30 also almost 40 millions of pieces sold on a global basis. So actually, there is money. What can we conclude? There is money. There is great interest. A lot of things are happening. And when we are looking at the trends are more or less the same for the past what, so it's 2007. For the past like 15 years, it's more or less the same. Also, the value is more or less the same when it comes to the art market. So this is not the NFT market, art market, just art market. What do you think? Okay, now the slide shows, but the most dominant country when it comes to art market is United States. I don't know if you did you know that? Would you let me see the chat. Did you know that United States is the most dominant art market on a global basis, like 42%? Did you know that? Would you say that,
I didn't
for example?
know, but
Sorry?
sorry, I could guess. I although I didn't have, I would, it would be my guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I would maybe conclude that it's, as I said, I'm not I'm not working in the art, but I would say maybe that Europe, regarding the tradition, the heritage, the legacy, all of the artists that were traditionally part of the society for like hundreds of years. But no, United States number one. Then comes China with 19%, and then United Kingdom with 17, and the rest is, so France, Italy is not even mentioned. So this is like something where numbers actually tell you a lot. So the most dominant art market country is with the most dominant value of art market worldwide is United States. So this is what I'm saying, the perspective that we need to understand. When it comes to leading art markets by market share, it's also United States, the blue part, also then China, United Kingdom. So it's actually confirming when it comes to the market share, it's the confirmation of the previous slide. Also, what's really interesting, this is the statistic from the last year, so it covers 2022. Unfortunately, I couldn't get all of the newest statistic. One part is 2022, one is 2023, and I have some statistics which were from last month, actually, so September 2024. But in some parts we have it statistics a lot, but in other it's like more or less the same. When we're talking about the preferred channel, so where the people like to buy art, it's still the dominant, I would say that the dominant is the physical space. So people still like to see the picture in live, in like real time, in person. But we can see that that the online part is somehow growing. As I said, this is the 2022 statistic, but according to the other statistic that we will go later, the online market is definitely decreasing. And also there is a part of people you're interviewing that have, of course, no preference. So, but definitely the conclusion is they still prefer the physical space and to see the picture, the art in person. Also, when it comes to how do art collectors like to purchase art and antiques worldwide? From a statistic from 2023, it's through dealers. Okay, most dominant dealers. Then we have auctions. Then we have art affairs. Then we have like artists, so you buy directly from them. We have NFT platforms, online third-party platforms, Instagram, from private persons to advisors. So dealers are still the dominant actually channel when it comes to purchasing art worldwide. Would you say that this is? Would you conclude that? What do you think? Yes, no, dealers, buying from dealers or maybe auctions. No? Okay.
Yes, I think so.
Yes. Okay. When it comes to why do people purchase art? Important motivations when purchasing art among art buyers worldwide in the 3 years from 2020 to 2023, we actually see that still the 95% of people would buy arts with emotional benefits. So they are actually passionate about art. They have the emotional decision making because they like it. They're enthusiastic. They're passionate. They want to have it somewhere close to them in the space where they are living. Also dominant is the social impact patronage when the people are purchasing art in order to support artists and art organizations. And third part, which is growing, as we see, the gray line is 2023. So value potential, return on your investment. So it's this part is growing. So people are purchasing art as an investment. So this is really important because it's definitely still the dominant part with the emotional decision making, but we see the growing potential of buying art as an investment. So this is also really interesting to see. When we talk about the exhibitions and events attended by high net worth collectors, so where are those high net worth collectors worldwide? So most of them are actually in Italy in 2019, but in 2022 France. So the people, the collectors who have the high net worth, which are, let's say, the richest, are based in France and Italy. So it's Brazil also. So 2022 is the dark blue. So France, Italy, Germany, Brazil, United Kingdom, which is also interested. The United States and China have are the biggest markets on a global basis. But when we select the richest collectors, it's actually in Europe. What would I suggest that it's in the first place. So I think it's really interesting perspective. When we talk about auctions, you probably are aware of the auction houses such as Christie's, Sotheby's, etc. But let's see what the numbers say. So definitely the leading auction house by sales value on a worldwide basis is Christie's. Then comes Sotheby's, which is right after the Christie's, and these are the other ones that you can also, if you're not aware, a lot of them are from China, from Asia, the dominant market, also USA. When we talk about the auction revenue, so how much money they actually all the auction houses gather from auctions, from selling art. Christie's in 2022, can you read the numbers? So this is 5.8 billion of US dollars that goes through Christie's. Can you imagine that number? So this is just for 2022. So Christie's is definitely the most popular, definitely the most famous and recognizable, and also with the most the biggest, the highest revenue when it comes to fine art auctioning. When it comes to public auctions of fine art and NFT, the revenue is definitely biggest in United States, which is $5.2 billion. Then from China, which is also confirming those previous slides that we were talking about. So we can have the perspective of how big the art on a worldwide basis is. Is this like extremely boring, ladies? Huh? Nobody? Are you here? Are you listening?
I think it's
Okay.
very interesting and surprising.
Yeah, I think that this is what I'm saying. The numbers can get like you can it's fascinating because you have like a perception that, I would say that the biggest art market is in Italy or France, but actually it's not. So we have to
But
see the whole picture. What are the
the
actually?
collectors are in
Yeah, but the
Italy.
collectors are.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes,
I didn't
exactly.
know about the Brazilian collectors. I'm from Brazil. I'm from Rio de Janeiro. I found that very interesting.
Yes, you will all get the presentation, so I won't get into so many details because I have like 76 slides. But you can go into details sometimes when you will have time if this is interesting for you. But let's go on. So we have enough time to go through everything. Okay, when we talk about the sales value at public auctions of art and antiques worldwide, so sales value, it's the last year that I got was 2022. It's 26 billion of dollars, also pretty big when it comes to public auctions. And when it comes to distribution of fine art auction revenue worldwide, so fine art auction, the most sold pieces are from the artists that are from post-war and contemporary, that are post-war and contemporary, with 54%, which are probably also from the European market, but we will go through that later. This is what I suppose, but the numbers are going to show. Then we have 22% of modern art, impressionist and post-impressionist. Then we have European old masters and other old masters. So when we talk about the auction revenue on a worldwide basis, it's definitely post-war and contemporary art when it comes to fine art auctioning revenue. Leading artists. So we are still talking about the global traditional art perspective. These are here we don't have NFTs. When we talk about leading artists in 2022 by auction revenue, the most sold pieces are from Andy Warhol. Is this something that you would say, ladies? That Andy Warhol is like the most sold
Yes.
artist.
I thought it was Picasso.
He's the third.
Yeah, yes, I think.
Yeah, so Andy Warhol, Claude Monet, Pablo Picasso, etc. So this is like, but these are on auctions. So all of these art pieces are sold on auctions in millions of dollars. So the most the one who is sold the most is Andy Warhol. So this is leading artists. Now we have leading post-war artists, where it was on this slide we had the distribution of fine art auction revenue. Post-war and contemporary was 54%. What does that mean? Post-war auction revenue also Andy Warhol. Then we have Gerhard Richter. I don't know how do you read this, Yayoi Kusama. Is that how you read it, ladies?
I
And we
think so.
have David
Yeah,
Hockney.
Kusama.
Yeah, David Hockney. So I would say that most of them are also, I'm familiar with their artwork, but Andy Warhol is like the winner, and he has like the definitely the most
All
revenue when it
male.
comes
You
to.
don't have woman.
Yes, we will
Yes,
come to this
yes.
part, ladies, also. Yes, I have a slide with this part. Just don't leave. Be a little bit more patient. So this is, yes, all men, all men. When it comes to the second part, when we said contemporary artists worldwide, 2023, we have Matthew Wong, Dmitry Cherniak. Dmitry Cherniak is also involved into NFTs. He's creating. I don't know if Eleonora maybe mentioned him. Have you heard about Dmitry?
No.
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 Okay, we will get to this part. This is, as I said, what's really important to have awareness when it comes to uh, um, When we talk about old masters by auction revenue, number one is Sandra. Is this something that you would agree with? Like really leading with 93 millions of dollars of old art pieces in 2022 auctions. Botticelli, Giovanni Antonio Canal, Jean-Baptiste, Michelangelo, etc. Let's go on. Worldwide by price, also we have the winner, which is Andy Warhol. Everything happening 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 7 artists are sold by Christie's also. You can see the amount, the price realized in millions of dollars. So Andy Warhol's shot Sage Blue Merlin was sold in Christie's in 2022 for for almost 200 millions of US dollars. So it's like huge. So this is the perspective about traditional art. Now we are going to move to the online art market. So this is something that's happening. The first part was happening for traditional art, post-war artists, contemporary art, modern art, etc. in person, sold on exhibitions. And now we are going to move to the online art market and then NFTs. Do you ladies have maybe some questions? Do you Warhol's money prints presents lucrative opportunities due to their high market demand, liquidity, and art historic significance, community pop, almost as in a... I agree. He's also like, I think that Andy Warhol is the most known artist, but why is that? This is my perspective. As I said, I'm not an expert in art. I'm just showing you a translation to some statistics and numbers that I was searching for the past couple of months as a preparation for this this lecture. He's definitely, marketing is something that also Clara was lecturing last week, something which is like really important, because you can create the perfect masterpiece that no one in the world ever saw, something really new. But if people are not aware of it, actually it won't get value. The value in money will be created when it sees the spotlight, the world. So actually the market will be the one who will create the value for the art. And I think that also Andy Warhol had the most exhibitions on a worldwide basis when it comes to those commercial exhibitions. I remember when I was a child in elementary school, I went to like 5 or 6, I don't know how many exhibitions of Andy Warhol here in Zagreb. It was like 30 years ago. So it's something that is like really constant, and it's approachable to people. So that's also why he's the most sold artist. But let's go to the online art market. When we talk about online sales of art and antiques, this is the amount. So this is sales in billions of dollars. In 2023, we see a slight decrease, but we're talking about almost 12 billions of dollars. Do you know, ladies, what happened? Why was this jump in 2019 to 2020? Who can explain it? Maybe.
COVID.
Yes. It's amazing how you can read from these like blue charts when you can see, what happened here? We had COVID. So the whole world went online. Everything went into the digital space, and after COVID everything was actually changed. So we have a huge increase in the online sales on a worldwide basis. And when we talk about the art market, total online sales, we're talking in 2003, we're talking about 12 billions of dollars of art sold online. The annual growth rate of online sales is actually you see it's 100% in 2020, and now we have a decrease because it's like stabilized itself, but definitely the growth rate was biggest in 2020 due to COVID. So here we are back at the auctions. So Christie's, Sotheby's, and Phillips are not just organizing exhibitions and auctions in person, but they are also organizing them online. When we talk about the number of online only, just like strictly online auctions held by Christie's, Sotheby's, etc., we had in 2023 we had 464 auctions, so it's more than one per day. So it's like in 2020 it was on an annual basis like two per day, two auctions per day on a worldwide level by the leading auction houses. So it's also interesting to have the perspective that Christie's also does a lot, not just Christie's, but also the other world leading global auction houses are also organizing only online only auctions. So this was the number. This was the sales value of these exhibitions that were held. It's in millions of dollars. So in 2023, those online only actions brought 800, almost 900 millions of dollars for the leading auction houses on a worldwide level. So only in 2023, it was almost 900 millions, almost 1 billion of dollars of online auction revenue. When we look just at the Christie's, these are the statistics. I won't go into details because it's pretty clear that Christie's is the leading one, also followed by the Sotheby's, and then we come to the NFT market overview, which is, let's say, this was like an introduction to the most important part to understand what is happening when we are talking about NFTs. So I hope that this general art market overview was interesting and useful for you to know, and also in order to understand better when we start discussing about the NFT market and the potential that it gathers. So I think that we covered the global perspective of the traditional part, and now let's jump into the NFT market. Have you seen this book, ladies? Linda Nochlin, do you know her?
No.
So Linda was a feminist, and she actually wrote an essay which was published in 1971, and it was like the 50th anniversary 3 years ago, 50th anniversary edition of the first major work of feminist art in history. And she actually, in this essay, she structured and examined all the reasons why women have been historically excluded from being recognized as great artists. So she also, that's why she gave the really interesting and catchy headline, which is "Why have there been no great women artists?" If you have some time, I think that the essay is available somewhere online, and you can read it. But this is like in 2071, this was like the turn point in the art history, in the art market, where she literally pointed and examined the patriarchal structures in society, and actually pointed out everything regarding exclusion of female artists on a worldwide level. So if you have time, take a look at it. But when we talk about the gender distribution in NFTs, the statistics from 2024, which was actually gathered from all different sources, is still actually showing that the whole NFT industry is male dominated. Why do you think that that is? NFT industry also male dominated.
It's a
Yeah, it's
reflection of
also
everything. The patriarchy, the world, the way everything works. Couldn't be different.
yeah. Yes, and also as a blockchain, so NFTs are based on the blockchain. So it's actually for understanding of how blockchain works, you need to have like a lot of technical background, where we also get back to the patriarchal structure, how boys and girls were raised. So boys were like naturally introduced more to the technical industries. Girls were either at home or like going into 4 grades of elementary school. So we still see it here. As the blockchain requires technical education and understanding at this point, so today at this point it still needs a lot of technical understanding. I hope that this part with the blockchain and wallets, we try to actually figure out how to give you knowledge about this as easy as possible. So I really hope that our educators and mentors were understandful and also simple with the explanations, so you can understand the whole industry more easy, because it's not just complicated to women, it's complicated for everybody. It's not just like we're making any discrimination. It's complicated to anybody. It's complicated for the like 99% of the world still doesn't understand what blockchain is. But when we talk about the female growth, we have a rise of projects such as this that we are doing, the Flux. So projects such as World of Women, Women Rise, also community-driven events, and women are now making up to an estimated of let's say 30% of the NFT community on a global basis. In 2024. Also, it's important to mention that the participation of non-binary and LGBTQ minorities and individuals who are also pretty dominant, and the whole market is actually growing with visibility when it comes to participation of these people as well. Let's go further. What's the time? Okay. When we talk about age distribution, 2024, we have the dominated group are millennials and Gen Z. So when we talk about NFT buyers and also creators, we are talking about 60 to 70% of people between 18 and 35 age group. This is also due to the technical background that's important, that's mandatory for understanding blockchain. So I think that it's somehow actually logical to, I would also include that the most dominant buyers and creators are in this actually age group. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, that was one of my questions to Eleanor Brizzi. I was interested in the demographic. This is
Yeah.
interesting, but I suppose it wasn't.
Yes, as it's It's still male dominated, but the female part is definitely growing, and we see we can also conclude that it's mostly millennials and Gen Z in both ways, not just the ones who are purchasing art, so art buyers, NFT buyers, but also the artists and creators. So before we get a short break, I would like you to look at these free pictures. So these are free NFTs. Are you probably recognize one of the NFTs here? At least one. Do you, ladies?
Beeple.
Yeah. So what do you think? What is the most? Actually, it's written here. Have you heard about the merge by Pac?
No.
Ladies, this is the most expensive NFT ever sold. So it's not Beeple, okay?
I thought it was.
Can you imagine that, huh? Numbers.
Wow.
Yeah, Beeple was the first one that was sold on a Christie's auction in March 2020, 21st. But later in December 2021, we had the merge, which was almost 20 millions of US dollars more expensive than the Beeple. But this is why is this important to mention? So it's not Beeple that's the most expensive. It's the merge. But this is the power of marketing, and this is the power of having the wrong perception, and having wrong info. Because when you search on Google, which is the most expensive NFT ever sold, Beeple is going to show. But statistic, and when you look at the whole global perspective, it's not the most expensive, it's the merge by Pac, also an artist. Ha! What do you say now? Is it interesting?
Very.
Okay. Yes, these are. And the third one is actually clock. This NFT 1035. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what does 1035 mean? It's also a collaboration between Pac, the artist who created the merge, and also Julian Assange, which was sold in February 2022 for 52 millions of US dollars. Has anybody heard about the 1035, the clock NFT?
No.
Let's go to the clock. Okay, this is the story about the merge. You can also read it, and here's like a link about the NFT, how it was created, what does it show. It was sold on a Nifty, the marketplace. You probably, I think that somebody for sure mentioned, of the previous mentors for sure mentioned the Nifty. Did you heard about the Nifty platform? Marketplace? Okay.
Yes.
The story behind Beeple, Eleonora didn't want it to discuss it, so I think that everybody knows the Beeple. But what does 1035 represent? I put it on a separate slide. Also, one important thing was Damir's presentation from last week, where we talked about the importance of storytelling. Okay, so there's a pretty powerful story behind this NFT, and it's actually about Julian Assange, who was an Australian journalist, also a computer programmer, and the founder of WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks is an organization that publishes classified and sensitive documents provided by whistleblowers. Do you know what whistleblowers are? Whistleblowers are people from certain companies, corporations that actually report, let's say, some non-ethical or actings which are not moral, and people who are showing, actually bringing up classified and sensitive documents from usually big corporations. So Julian Assange, as a journalist, gained international attention in 2010 when his platform WikiLeaks released some classified US military and diplomatic documents, also including videos of airstrikes in Iraq that resulted in civilian casualties. He was actually, as it's written here, Assange's work has sparked significant controversy and debate about the ethics of journalism, government transparency, and national security. And in 2012, he actually ended up, in 2019, no, in 2012, he ended up in London, and then in 2019 he was arrested in London by British authorities, and he was sentenced to 50 weeks in prison for skipping bail. And one of the artwork that shows the whole struggle and those the struggle that he went through was actually the NFT that was 1,035, which is actually showing the story about the whole his work and the things that he was actually fighting for. So I think when you look at it, like, this is an NFT, it actually has a pretty powerful story where the whole community actually gathered. It's an NFT that was created between Puck and Julian Assange, and it was sold for 52 millions. And actually it was the whole community that gathered money for Julian Assange, who supported his work, and the money that was gained through the sale of the NFT was the money that he used for his how do you say, for whole the process of for his how do you say, oh my god, ladies, it was a long day for
trial, maybe.
za obranu.
For the defense.
For the trial, yeah.
For the defense.
For the
defense. Thank you. Yes, for the defense. So this is also what's really. Thank you, Natasha. This is when we talk about the blockchain, the Web3 community. It's pretty specific community where, as we're talking about the blockchain as a form of decentralized technology that actually gives people the right to possess their own money. So everything is happening peer-to-peer without any central banks, without third-party intervenience. So people who have crypto on blockchain, they are the ones who are direct owners of it. As Eleonora mentioned before, a lot of third countries on a global basis solved financial inclusion problems with crypto and blockchain, from El Salvador to Africa to the Southern America. So it's like pretty blockchain has a really strong message. So people who are involved on blockchain are, I would say, most of them are really like fighters for not just justice, but for let's say a better world without corruption, a better world which is transparent, which gives same and equal opportunities for for everybody, because blockchain is transparent. Blockchain is also does not, exclude anybody, because it's the same for everyone on a global basis. You just need to have the internet connection, and it works no matter if you're in El Salvador or if you're in I don't know, in Paris, or in somewhere in Australia. So it's like the same for everybody. So when it comes to activities such as bringing money for Julian Assange, the community can get really strong, and it's like a crazy amount of money that the community is able to bring with a powerful message, which is supporting transparent communication and finger pointing the ones who are corrupted, as the WikiLeaks, his platform, showed with the classified U.S. military and diplomatic documents. Also, crypto is, we have the example of Russia and Ukraine with the war of Ukraine and Russia, where a lot of actually resources, financial resources, were brought to Ukraine in crypto. A lot of donations were done for Ukraine in crypto. So this is really a really interesting perspective to be aware of. Would you like to, we can get like a 10-minute short, like a short break of 10 minutes. And is that okay? And then we have maybe like half an hour maximum. I think that we will finish earlier, because it's also a little bit late, but we still have like a half an hour to go through the rest of the presentation, and then you are free to go. Is that okay? So we meet at 6:45. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Are you here? Are you ready to... Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Okay. My screen is so late. I'm following the presentation also on my cell phone, and I see... Okay, here we are. So back to the NFT global market overview. When we talk about... Okay, now you see it, but what would you think, ladies? Which is the biggest NFT marketplace on a global basis?
OpenSea? I saw.
Okay. When it comes to all-time sales volume, it's actually not OpenSea, it's Blur. Have you ever heard about Blur?
No.
Okay, see why it's important to take a look at the bigger picture, because there's a lot of the part with the marketing, with promotion, with what also internet search engines, Google presents us. It's maybe not the real pictures that's happening, but based on the sales volume, this is the... You see, ladies, this is the recent statistic. This is like pretty new from the statistics of the month. So September 25th, it's like really new. It's the latest statistic where we can see that Blur is the biggest NFT marketplace based on 30-day sales volume. Then we have OpenSea. Then we have Blur Blend, Blur Aggregator, CryptoPunks, Magic Eden, Super Rare, which is like so popular, is also like on the, I don't know, 10th place. Foundation, NFTX, etc. So also really interesting to be aware. You can search the Blur marketplace later when you have time, just to see what actually they offer and what it's all about. When we talk about the total sales value of art and collectibles, but when it comes to NFTs, on a global basis, from 2019 to 2023, we're talking about... when it comes to collectibles, the highest peak was in 2022. The amounts are in millions of dollars. So we see that it actually decreased. We know why it decreased, because it was the crypto bull run in 2021, 2022. It was the, let's say, the first massive global bull run, not the first overall, because blockchain exists for the past 15 years with the cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, and Ethereum exists since 2014. But on a global level, 2021, 2022 was like the first massive bull run where the whole world actually was aware that something is happening. Right now, we are experiencing the second massive bull run, which is happening in 2024, when Bitcoin also exceeded the amount of the previous all-time high at the beginning of the year. So we are actually talking about 2023. We had 6.3 billions of dollars just in the collectibles of NFTs on a worldwide basis, which is like huge. When we talk about the total numbers of sales involving an NFT in the art segment worldwide over the previous 30 days, which was also the statistics from September 2024 from the last month. Most of them were sold directly. So from the at the beginning, from the primary sales, and later we can see in 2004 that we have a significant decline of primary sales. NFT sellings, but sales, but now in 2000, at the middle of 2023 till last month of 2024, we have a visible rise, not rise, but like dominant secondary sales. Also, maybe we don't have to go for all of this because this is a little bit boring. Let's go to more interesting stuff, which is, okay, who are the leading NFT collections in the art segment worldwide? So the statistics from also this year, from July, from summer 2024, by market cap. Ladies, do you recognize anybody from the list that you can actually that you're familiar with, that you know? So the leading NFT collection on a global basis, which had the biggest market cap on the whole world, was Chromie Squiggle by Snowfro. Have you heard about him? Anyone? No? So it was the highest. It's the most sold NFT collection. So I'm not sure if Pandora is jewelry. I am not sure. I didn't have time to go deeper. I don't think it's jewelry. It's something probably which shares the same name, but I wouldn't know to interpret the naming at the moment because I didn't go into so many details. But it's about the NFT collections. So it's not just like a separate NFT artwork, but it's so the whole collection. So the most dominant is the Chromie by Snowfro. It's this. Have you seen it anywhere? This is the Chromie Squiggle collection by the artist Snowfro. So when we talk about the value, it's the market cap in millions of US dollars was $114 million in 2024. In the first part of 2024. It's actually not a typical NFT art. It's a collection, okay, but it's a series of generative art. It's something new. It's really trending. The generative art is actually something that's created with coding, algorithmic bases, actually generated by an algorithm, and every piece, each piece is distinct and unreplicable. So it's actually, when we talk about generative art, it's actually it's on the Art Blocks platform, which specializes in programmable art. So this generative art, NFTs based on generative art, are the most sold NFTs collections, and also with the currently with the highest market value. Would you say that? Have you ever heard about it?
No.
Yeah. Yes, I was also impressed because this is what I'm saying. It's something that we are presented all the time with probably some wrong statistics, and we are so sure that it's something true. But when we dig deeper and we see the whole picture, the picture is actually, it can get like totally opposite from the info that we actually know and that we're aware of. I won't be reading into this deeper. You can also, when you have time, go by yourself through the whole slides. I didn't cut the text, so you can also Google it, you can search it, you can explore it more. But this is the most this is the NFT collection with the highest market cap in 2024. So it's on the platform of Art Blocks. And when we look at the market capitalization of this Art Blocks platform, which presents the previous collection, it has a market cap in pretty high numbers. So it's you can see 2024 a slight decrease, but it's higher than 150 millions of dollars. So it's like it's huge. It's huge. When we're talking about the leading artists worldwide in 2023 by NFT auction revenue, you would probably say who is the leading artist worldwide by the auction revenue. It's not Beeple. He was the one who did it in March 2021. But when we're talking about 2023, which is the last actually statistics that I had access to, it's Dmitry Cherniak. It's somebody that I already asked you about. Then we have Tyler Hobbs, Larva Labs, Heath Herring, Snowfro. Snowfro is the author of the previous the highest market value NFT collection, etc. So Dmitry Cherniak is like really leading with almost 8 millions of sold the revenue of the sold NFT artwork by auctions. So have you ever heard about him?
No.
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 Hefik Anadol?
This
Yes.
is him.
Hefik Anadol. Yeah.
Sorry? I didn't hear. What did you say?
I like Hefik Anadol. He's
Aha.
famous.
Okay, great. So Dmitry is actually from Canada. He's a Canadian artist and also coder. He lives in New York City, and this is here. These are his NFTs. You know, this is I put it in the background, and he's actually really strongly present for the past couple of years on the NFT market. His artwork is sold by auctions, and one of the most worth mentioning examples is the NFT called Ringers, or nicknamed the Goose, which was sold last year for 6.2 millions of American dollars, and marking it as one of the most valuable works of generative art ever sold. So when we look at these statistics, the two statistics about leading artists and also market cap of the most valuable collections, what can we conclude? Both, also Dmitry Cherniak and the one previous, I cannot remember, Skiffle, okay. We're talking about generative art. So it's something that's getting really seriously popular and really like selling as crazy. Dmitry, maybe he's also using algorithms for the marketing. I don't know. I'm not a marketing expert. Maybe Clara can analyze it better. But I would say that the most of the things that we know about NFTs are like dated from 2021 with the Beeple, and this is like we're serious things and projects which are maybe even more expensive than Beeple. It's somehow passed. You know, we are not aware what actually happened. But this is why looking into numbers is really important. So this is a statistic from the Super Rare platform, and it's showing the estimate number of people who visited the digital art market, so their website. So number of people who were visiting a Super Rare platform from 2021 to 2024, we can see that it's decreasing, but some other platforms are also. This is I was just able to find the statistics for Super Rare with the number of visits. But what is interesting, this is the previous slide, is not so interesting, as this slide is following the previous slide, and it shows where these people who are visiting the digital art market website are coming from. So we see that the majority is again from United States, but 55% are people who are visiting from other countries, but United States is still pretty dominant. And we see here South Korea, which is like really interesting, because previously when we talked about the traditional art, we had a lot of China, United States plus China. Here we have United States with a lot of others, and South Korea. So it's digital art. So it's also interesting. So definitely what can we conclude is that the United States are definitely the most dominant in all of the categories, both traditional art, digital art, etc. When we talk about the, sorry, yes, Finland, interesting, yeah. I don't know what the part, the yellow part with 55% of other includes, but it's probably the rest of the world. But these are here are mentioned the most dominant countries. I don't know, ladies, if you hear my washing machine. I can hear it so loud. I hope that you don't hear it. Sorry. So when we talk about the profile picture, for example, the Bored Ape, CryptoPunks, etc., it's also interesting to take a look at their market cap. So when we talk about the leading profile picture NFTs, NFT collections, CryptoPunks are, as you would also say, I guess, CryptoPunks and Bored Ape Yacht Clubs are still the dominant ones in 2024. So it's something that's present all these years and keeps like the highest rank when it comes to profile picture NFTs, NFT collections. So CryptoPunks and Bored Ape, and then goes Pudgy Penguins, Milady Maker, Azuki, etc. This is also interesting to take a look at. So this is the statistics from summer 2024. This was expected, I believe. Okay, this is the market capitalization of Bored Ape. You can take a look at it later if you want. And now we get to the almost probably, let's say, almost the last part. Slide audio effects. Let's just go a little bit deeper to analyzing art dealers and also collectors. So when we talk about art collectors and when we ask them their opinion, what is the most what are the most interesting art investment products, they would say that it's actually direct investment is the most interesting when it comes to investment. So they prefer direct investment, and that they have the ownership of the artwork, 87%. Then we have art investment funds. Then we have social impact investment products in culture, fractional investments like security tokens, partial NFTs. Then we have NFTs, and then we have some derivative which are with the hedging connected. So when we talk about art collectors, we are not talking just about the ones who are investing in NFTs, but we are also now looking again at the whole market perspective and overview, having in mind both traditional art, digital art, and NFTs. So people like to have still have to do the direct investment and to have the ownership of the artwork. This is regarding art collectors, but when it comes to wealth managers, so it's like a business moment. Wealth managers and their opinion about investing in the art, they would also say direct investment, also social impact investment products in culture, and then we have art investment funds, and then we have fractional investments, and the last place is actually for NFTs. When we talk about wealth managers, NFTs are the least interesting investment products for the wealth managers. Statistics from the past year. Do we have any questions? No. This is what's interesting, the perspectives. So we discussed it about two biggest NFT revenue with the generative art, and the other was also the leading artist with NFTs, the Dmitry Chernyak, also into generative art. Statistics, unfortunately, from last year, but main collecting focus for digital art among art collectors was focused not on blockchain-based art, but on generative art. I know that we are now talking about blockchain-based art, but this is something that's also really important for you to be aware of, that generative art is currently leading and growing. Generative art, and then also generative art NFTs. And then we have like blockchain-based art. Did you know that, ladies? Do you find it interesting?
I find it interesting, but does
You don't.
this include AI collaborations or no? Or it's just
AI is number 4, as you can see.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
So
yes.
generative art, yeah, blockchain-based art, digital painting, AI art, video animation. Yeah, then traditional art, which was turned into digital art. Then we have photography, historical NFTs, and network art. So I think it's pretty interesting to be aware that generative art is like a growing trend, and it's something that needs to, you need to put also attention on this part, what's actually happening on a global basis, and why is this important to get deeper into understanding what's actually happening. When we talk about how much does an average artwork price actually going from, what's the average price which was spent on digital artwork by art collectors, we can see that the majority is from 100 to 1,000 US dollars. So it's actually not much average price. So from 100 to $1,000, 40%. Then we have 30% from $26 to $100. When we look at the Dmitry Chernyak, 6 millions of dollars, and the merge and the clock NFT, the Beeple, this is like, when we talk about the average price, it's like pretty cheap, isn't it? 15% is less than 25 US dollars of value of price. So it's also interesting to see how much people are actually willing to pay for a certain artwork. So this slide, why is it important? Because it can also give you a global perspective when it comes to defining the price of your thing, ladies. Are you sleeping? Did I kill you with old?
No, it's very interesting. I think it's very counterintuitive. Your presentation. I was
Yeah, it won't be boring. Lucia asked Dmitry Cherny, so the one with the NFT, the highest paid. The NFT collection, Snofro. The artists, it's a combination of algorithms and so it's algorithms and programmable art. So it's it can be an NFT. You can, it's digital artwork. You can create an NFT from it. Artwork is not an NFT, but I would that every NFT is artwork, and yes, it can be also generative art, or any art you can put on blockchain, whatever you want. So now $26. Okay, you can over the average price is 1,000 American USD. Artwork presented, so preferred ways to display and showcase digital art. So the majority actually likes to talk about the buyer type, about art dealers. So who are these people? Majority is our local private collectors. Then we have international private collectors, museums, international museums, private institutions, art advisors, etc. So local private collectors. From the beginning of the presentation, we saw that these rich people come from France and Italy, and then United States, which is also interesting. What's most important part when it comes to business priorities of art dealers? It's definitely creating relationship with existing collectors. Then we have art fairs where they go and visit, also online sales and widening geographical reach. Main challenges are political and economic volatility, also a challenge maintaining again relationships, but this is now a challenge. Cost of art fairs, so this is all the art dealer perspective, etc. But you are just to be aware of the art dealer perspective. Okay, preferred channel is still the physical space, as we said. And also a really interesting report. So I don't know if you heard about Deloitte, one of the biggest global consulting and revision corporations, on a global basis. Each year, actually for the past 9 years, I think they've been creating an art and finance conference, which was actually the 9th edition, was happening yesterday in Luxembourg. The founder of Endemic App was present there in Luxembourg on the Deloitte art and Finance Conference. This report is from 2023. It has like 400 pages. If anybody's interested into reading it, I can send it, I can share it. But as I said, it's like 400 pages. And I have two slides we will finish in a couple of minutes. I have two slides which actually brought the most interesting parts of the report from my side. So the Deloitte combines art and finance in a way that they analyze also the behavior, not just of the buyers, also dealers, but also artists. So what's happening, also analyzing the trends. In this report, they are really bringing up a sort of, I wasn't aware it until I read it, the potential of buying art for in business purposes, but for exhibiting the art in offices, in in corporations where you want to also present yourself or your business in a way that you are aware of the art, that you are following art trends, that you are like so it's, let's say, like a status symbol for the finance industry. So art goes really good with the finance industry because it's not just it doesn't just have the emotional value and like a status symbol, but as they said here in the first quote, a shift toward the underlying economics of art ownership. Actually, for the first time in 12 years, financial value is the second highest motivation. So financial value is number two. Okay, emotional value remains the key driver for buying art, but we have to be aware of the financial value and of the investment potential that buying artwork in the finance sector actually brings. Also, younger collectors are more open to new art investment models. We have interest in fractional ownership, etc. Next gen drive digital transformation. 80% of young collectors believe in blockchain as an asset register for art and collectibles, and 79% see the rapid developments around artwork identification technologies as instruments to actually address current inefficiencies in today's art market. So it's actually also following the statistic of NFT, the demographics of the NFT artists. This is something that also concludes this part, and also tells the story about everything that we went through in the previous slides. Here is a really interesting picture. Ladies, I don't know if you hear my washing machine. I can hear it so loud. I didn't know that it was going to run so like be so powerful. This picture was really interesting. It's also from the Deloitte's report. It was a really interesting showcase of combining art with technology, because it includes, okay, from first it definitely includes digitalization, 3D and tokenization. So NFT platforms bringing art onto new digital platforms and combining with technologies such as blockchains. Second, we have analytics where we can actually track and monitor the data behind the NFTs. So all the artwork that's being created online gets better analytics. We can actually track what's happening, and as it's written here, better data and analytics shifts the balance of power. So this is really interesting because in traditional physical art we don't have this part so strong, because we can do these analytics through AI, through big data. We can do it also by ourselves through tracking, through, I don't know, Google Ads, etc. Also, one important part is security. Whatever happens on online is also involved in the security part. So we can combine art and technology with experiences such as augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, where we see technology making it easier to actually tell the story, to access and to enjoy art. And for all of these parts and topics, when we talk about art and technology, 5G, so internet and social media, is like really crucial, where you can really nicely combine art with technology and present your artwork on different platforms. So these are some of the key and main conclusions from this report. As I said, if we have anybody interesting for hi, it's harder for you. The machine stopped now. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's so embarrassing, but okay. I tried it, to multitask. I came home and I thought, okay, I'm going to hold the lecture, and while I'm talking, my clothing is going to be washed, but it ended up as a disaster. But okay. So I think if anybody is interested into getting this report, I can share it. But as I said, it's like 400 pages. But anyhow, if you're passionate about numbers and statistics, it's not a problem to share of it. So what's the time? We still have 3 minutes. The conclusion. 2 more slides and that's it. When we talk about the trends and opportunities in the art market for the past 2 years, we can see that its global art market is valued at almost 68 billions of dollars in 2022, with slight declines in 2023. So this is global. This is from the beginning, where we analyze the whole art market, the traditional art market. So almost 70 billions of dollars. So it's huge. When we talk about online art sales, it's slightly less, not slightly, but it's pretty. It's 11 billion in 2022, with a decrease in 2023. Online art sales is going to keep growing, so the trend is going to be definitely positive, which will offer more opportunities for digital artists to showcase their work. So I would say that the time for creating digital artwork and for bringing it online is actually now. Now is the perfect time for creating artwork online. Also, when we talk about the digital platforms and auction houses, Christie's and Sotheby's are leading in online-only auction sales, which is also influencing and indicating a shift towards digital platforms for both physical and digital art, because they're not only selling digital art online, they're also selling physical and digital. So these trends are going to, such big market players are going to for sure influence the further development of the art market, especially when it comes to digital platforms. Now the important part is digital art trends. Generative art is like really popular, involves algorithmic creation, especially on platforms like art blocks. So this is the guy, the Solfro, who created the highest sold NFT collection in 2024. It's actually for artists who are skilled in coding and programming, because it involves algorithmic creation. You can take a look at it later. When we talk about the top NFT artists and collections, so the leading is the Dmitry Cherniak and Tyler Hobbs. Dmitry with the generative art, and High Value collection is also generative art. Snowfro, the Chrome Squiggle collection, those colorful worms which are programmed by algorithms. Aha, do I have, I have 2 times the same thing. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I missed something. Okay, so this is more or less the whole presentation from my side. I hope that am I still sharing the screen?
No.
Okay, so I don't see myself. Aha, now I see myself. Ladies, you look so tired, all of you. I hope that I didn't kill you with all these numbers and statistics. But it was important for me to share like the whole global perspective and to be aware that things may be different from the ones that we are aware of and from the ones that we think that are right and like the only. So it's really important to dig deeper, to do a market research, and to be aware of the trends and where the whole world and global art scene is going into. So if you don't have any more questions, do we have any questions? Okay, I'm really happy if it was useful, and I know it's a heavy topic, but I think that you can at least, if we talk about what was like really useful, I think that the value that you can bring today is that you have to be present on Instagram. You can get like insight into how to set the pricing, where we have like the perspective of the average price when it comes to selling of digital art. Also, the highest, the most expensive NFT ever sold is not Beeple anymore. So I think that this info is also, at least if you go on some quiz like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you will know the right answer because it's not Beeple. So I would like to thank you, and I would like to praise you for being here today and wanting to learn something new and for enrolling into the Flux Academy. We will give our best to organize more interesting topics during 2025 and keep you in the loop and to give you as much value as possible while you are part of this Flux program, and hopefully give you strength and power and knowledge to create your own artwork. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Magda, for not only for this presentation, but for actually setting up the Flux project and organizing these workshops all weekend. Yeah.
No problem. If it's useful, that's what motivates me. If it if you can change somebody's life with your own actions, and if you can change somebody's perspective in to be like if you're doing something positive for the community, it really it can be really rewarding. So this is where I see my contribution, and this is what motivates me definitely. So great. Okay, I won't be wasting any more of your time. Zara will upload the presentation and the recording. You still have, I think, 2 sessions next week with Eleonora Brizzi, and we organized the ChatGPT workshop. Damir is also going to Women Power. I also did my laundry 2 hours ago. Aha, I didn't see this. Okay. Yes. Now I have to fold it. Okay, so yeah, well, we will have the Damir first chat GPT. I think it's going to be useful. We discussed it yesterday, and he's going to make it as a workshop where he will present you how to, it will be like a practical session, which will show you how to generate pictures. What can you do with actually with your artwork combined ChatGPT, so with the digital art. I think it's going to be interesting because it's not only chatting with the ChatGPT, it can create like really amazing stuff where you can, I don't know, get inspired by, or maybe figure out something new and play with the tools. So I hope it will be interesting. It will be also recorded and for you to available for you to use during the next in the future. So thank you, ladies. I'm reading the comments. Great. Okay. So if that's all, if we have no more questions, I will say goodbye to you and see you next week. Zara, would you like
Thank
to
you,
say
Magda.
something? Would
Sorry,
you like
what?
to would you like to say something to the ladies?
I mean, I will see them next week, so
Yeah.
nothing for this week, but enjoy your weekend. We're not going to see you until next week, so enjoy your week, rest of your week and the weekend, and see you next week.